Boeing and General Electric are among the few companies that make big, expensive, complex products that consumers don't buy, but that are well known to the average person. They're also distinguished from many other companies that are similar by being too big to fail. Both Boeing and General Electric derive most of their revenue from the government, meaning the Department of Defense. The management of these kinds of companies is for the most part not very visible to the public. The current CEO of General Electric is a fellow by the name of Larry Culp. You probably haven't heard of him. His career started at a mid-sized conglomerate that makes industrial equipment you almost certainly have used, for example, if you've ever put gas in your gas tank, but you probably don't know them by name or have any opinions about their products. From there, Larry Culp became CEO of Danaher, another conglomerate that makes highly technical equipment and supplies for the pharmaceutical and biotech industries. He's also worked at Bain in private equity, and briefly at the hedge fund Bridgewater, where he had differences with Ray Dalio that got him fired. I'd say that counts in his favor. He doesn't have a background in aircraft engines, but he is doing what he has to do at General Electric by simplifying the company down to its core aerospace business and spinning off healthcare and energy products. That sounds simple, but unraveling a conglomerate like GE is complicated, not least because GE's financial businesses contain such booby traps, as a multi-billion-dollar unfunded liability in long-term care insurance. That will be a drag on GE's ability to invest in new products, much in the way Boeing found itself in need of a cheap-to-develop cash cow in the 737 MAX. There's no guarantee that GE has a long-term future, even under the best management. Even with all that taken into account, GE will emerge as a focused aerospace company, with that focus having been crafted by someone who knows all about putting conglomerates together and operating them, and is now tasked with taking one apart. Mistakes at Boeing have cost Boeing its leading position in commercial aircraft. What used to be Boeing's 60% market share, with Airbus trailing far behind, is now down to 40% in a business dominated by Airbus. The apparent strategy, if you want to call it that, of milking the 737 at a time when it's easy to sell a readily available passenger plane at bargain prices has turned into a reputational quagmire and product development cul-de-sac. Boeing needs strong and sophisticated leadership that can balance a realistic approach to Boeing's debt, that can rebuild Boeing's capacities and capabilities that were lost to mismanagement, and that can reverse Boeing's decline. Boeing needs leadership that can accept the fact that what Boeing has been doing isn't working, and can create substantive, bold, yet carefully considered change.